Hi everyone, my name is Kendall and welcome to my channel. This is my first video and I'm doing the Booktube newbie tag because I figured that was a good place to start at. But I don't want to make this intro too long, so I'm just gonna get straight into it. So the first question is, why did you start this channel? And for this question, I have a very simple answer, and that is that I love Booktube. I adore books and reading, and I love seeing people talking about books and sharing their opinions, and it's so fun for me, and I really wanted to be a part of this community by making videos, and yeah, that's why I started this channel. Not too much of a complicated thing. The second question is, what are some fun and unique things you can bring to Booktube? And for this question, I'm probably gonna go with my humor and opinions and overall personality, I guess. At least I hope those are fun and unique. But I also did want to say that I am in the younger age group in the fact that I am 13, about to be 14, and most booktubers that I see are at least above 17-ish. So I don't really see that many people under that age, and it's kind of like weird for me because I really love watching Booktube, but I never see any of my own age, any of people of my own age, talking about their opinions really. And it I kind of wanted to be a booktuber and even at this age, talk about my bookish opinions and say that they mattered. The third question is, what are you most excited for about this new channel? And honestly, I am so excited to experience Booktube and experience talking to people and the video making and the editing and I don't know, all the good and bad parts. I'm just excited about it. I don't know. I'm excited about everything really, honestly. But I couldn't really tell you a specific thing that I'm just so excited about. I mean, maybe the people. I'm really happy that I might be able to talk to people and be part of a community, and that makes me really excited and happy. Question number 4 is, why do you love reading? And this question also has a very easy answer for me. I love reading because it honestly transforms people, in my opinion. When you read a book you love, at least as a book lover, I think you just fall so much deeper into that love for books and that complete and utter, I don't know, sometimes it can change the way you think about the world, and that's one of the best things I think you can ever get out of a book, is your view completely shifts. Well, not completely, but even if it shifts just an inch or a little bit, it's still so amazing because words can do that to you. Words have that kind of power, and that's so amazing and so interesting, and that's why I love reading so much. Number 5 is, what book series got me into reading? And honestly, I have 2 main ones, and those are the Hunger Games and the Vampires series. And the Hunger Games is actually the first book series I ever really read and enjoyed other than Harry Potter, which I feel like that's everybody, but I don't really want to talk about that too much, honestly. But The Hunger Games is one of my favorite series of all time. I love it so much. It's amazing. And I feel like it definitely changed my view of the world. It's what got me into reading in the first place. And yeah, and The Vampires is a book series that I don't hear talked about at all. I don't think I've ever heard it come out of anybody's mouth, in a Booktube video that I've seen. And it's basically about a bunch of pirates that are also vampires, and they're on this ship, and it's a lot. I remember it very clearly, but also not so clearly. I can't tell you any real details about it, but I can probably tell you some of the characters' names. I remember there were 2 twins, and their names were Connor and I can't remember the girl's name. That's great. But there were 2 twins at the main part of it, and it was a really good series, and that's another series that really got me into vampires and pirates and all of the fantasy stuff and the adventure. That's where that came from. Question number 6 is, what questions would you ask your favorite booktubers? And for this, I honestly think I would probably just go up to all of them and ask, how in the world are you just so amazing? Like, because there are so many amazing booktubers and so many just amazing people out there, like, that love books, and I would just ask, oh my god, how do you do it? Like, how do you make your content so awesome and so fun to watch? And just, most of my favorite booktubers, all of my favorite booktubers, they just grab my attention instantly in their videos, and I watch them all the way through all the time because, oh my gosh, it's just so amazing. I even very often rewatch videos because of how much I love watching them. Number 7 is, what challenges do you think starting a booktube channel will be the hardest to overcome? And for this, I honestly would say probably the age thing is probably going to be a big obstacle for me for a few years, because I feel like people like to tell younger kids and younger teens what they can and can't read, and I don't agree with that at all, because unless you are the one who like raises me and takes care of me or are a friend that's looking out for me or something, I don't really care too much about your opinion on what I can and can't read, because I think I am responsible enough, and my parents do too, that I can decide like what I think is in my comfort zone to read and what I think I'm responsible enough to and mature enough to handle. So yeah, that's probably what's going to be most difficult for me to go through for the next couple years, but I also think consistency is a big thing for me, and I really hope that this helps with my consistency problems, honestly, and where I really hope that I at least am consistent at least a little bit with this. Question number 8 is, when did I start reading? And that's another easy one. I started reading when I was around 7, 8, and that's when I really started just getting into it, like, because honestly, I've been reading for so long, it's not even funny. I think I started reading when I was like 3 or 4, and I never stopped. I've always really loved reading, as far back as I can remember, honestly. So question number 9 is, where do I read? And this is a kind of complex question for me, because I kind of read a little bit of everywhere. Sometimes I read in my room, sometimes I read in my parents' room because I like to change up my atmosphere. Sometimes I read on my couch, sometimes I read outside. I will admit that's very rarely. A lot of the time when I'm in school, I'll just read in the hallways and read at my desk and things, and sometimes I'll just read at doctor's offices and random stuff that I go to and whatever. I just read kind of everywhere, especially if I have my phone, which I always have my phone, and if I have an ebook I'm currently reading, I'll be reading it all the time on my phone. The final question number 11, is, what does your book collection look like? And my book collection is honestly not like anything special. It's very important and special to me, and most of the books in it are kind of random and kind of just all over the place, honestly. A lot I just picked up at some point because, oh, I saw it and I had seen it somewhere and I was interested in it, so I picked it up, and I haven't read it yet, and I'm just in that sorrow, pitiful state all the time that I can't read everything on my bookshelf in 1 second. Question number 11, and the final question, is, what does your book collection look like? And for this question, I'm probably gonna have to go with small and not really impressive, honestly. But I can say that most of these books that I own, are very important to me in so many different ways. A lot were given to me by family members, and I really appreciate them. And some I just bought with my own money, and that's kind of an accomplishment for me. Like, the first books I ever bought with my own money, I still like have memories of them. That's the reason why I won't get rid of Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell. Yeah, but honestly, I yeah, I just have a lot of random books on my shelves and just stuff. I will show you them at some point, but my bookshelf is quite messy right now, so there you go. But yeah, that was the last question. I really enjoyed that tag. It was very fun, and I really hope you guys liked watching it. I'm super excited about this channel and about this, just starting Booktube and just doing all of this. I'm super happy, and yeah, I just thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!